Welcome to Anonymous Tarot. I'm Cleo, and I'm excited to be exploring the mysteries of the tarot with you today, Billy.
I love the energy of the King of Wands, Cleo. He's all about passion, creativity, and taking bold action. What draws you to this card?
For me, the King of Wands represents the embodiment of the radiant sun, symbolizing warmth, light, and life. He's a call to awaken our inner spark and tap into our deepest desires.
I see him as a symbol of transformation and rebirth, Billy. He's the one who ignites the fire of change within us, pushing us to break free from the status quo and forge our own paths.
Yes, he is a catalyst for transformation, but also a reminder of the importance of self-expression and authenticity. He invites us to be true to ourselves, even if that means taking risks and facing uncertainty.
That's so profound, Cleo. The King of Wands reminds us that our true power lies within, and that by embracing our unique expression, we can create the world we desire.
In many ancient cultures, the King of Wands is associated with the Greek hero Heracles, also known as Hercules. He's often depicted as a powerful and charismatic leader, driven by a fierce passion and desire for adventure.
That's fascinating, Cleo. Heracles is a complex figure, embodying both the idealized hero and the vulnerable human. His many labors and conquests symbolize the fiery spark within us, driving us to pursue our passions and overcome challenges.
The King of Wands is also linked to the Egyptian god Set, known for his cunning and strategic brilliance. In Egyptian mythology, Set is often depicted as a rival to the sun god Ra, representing the dualities of chaos and order.
I love how the King of Wands blurs the lines between light and darkness. This card is about embracing our inner contradictions and navigating the gray areas between our desires and responsibilities.
In Norse mythology, the King of Wands is associated with the god Freyr, a powerful and benevolent leader who rules over fertility and prosperity. Freyr's association with the sun and his gift of fertility symbolize the life-giving energy of the King of Wands.
Freya's connection to the land and its cycles reminds me of the importance of living in harmony with nature. The King of Wands is not just about personal ambition, but also about our relationship with the world around us.
The King of Wands in a dream suggests a call to action, a spark that sets our passions ablaze. This fiery energy can represent a personal awakening, where we're compelled to pursue our desires and ignite our inner flame.
For me, the King of Wands in a dream feels like a reminder that our dreams and desires are often intertwined with our shadow selves. It's a nudge to confront the parts of ourselves we've been trying to keep hidden and to integrate that repressed energy into our waking lives.
I love how this card can also symbolize the power of creativity and inspiration. In a dream, the King of Wands might represent a creative spark that's been waiting to be fanned into a flame. This could be a signal to tap into our artistic side and let our imagination run wild.
I see the King of Wands in a dream as a symbol of the self that's capable of taking bold risks and pushing beyond our comfort zones. This card can represent a part of ourselves that's willing to take the leap into the unknown, even if it means facing our deepest fears.
In a dream, the King of Wands can also be a reflection of our personal authority and leadership. This card can indicate that we're being called to take charge of our own lives, to trust our instincts and follow our inner guidance.
I think it's interesting how the King of Wands in a dream can also be a manifestation of our own inner critic. When we are feeling stuck or uncertain, our inner voice can become our greatest obstacle. By acknowledging and working with this inner critic, we can break free from our own limitations and tap into our full potential.
The King of Wands is a manifestation of the fiery, passionate individual who embodies the power of the sun. In our own lives, we may be inspired by the bold, adventurous spirit of this figure, who is not afraid to take risks and pursue their desires with courage and determination.
For me, the King of Wands represents the parts of ourselves that are driven by a deep-seated desire for creative expression and freedom. He embodies the notion that our truest selves are often hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be unleashed and expressed.
In ceremonial contexts, the King of Wands is often associated with the god Apollo, who is revered for his artistic and poetic gifts. This archetype can inspire us to tap into our own creative potential, to explore new forms of self-expression, and to pursue our passions with unbridled enthusiasm.
Yet the King of Wands can also represent the darker aspects of our psyche, the parts that are driven by a fierce need for control and dominance. He can serve as a warning, urging us to be mindful of our motivations and to ensure that our desires do not consume us.
I think this is where the King of Wands becomes a fascinating study in contrasts. On the one hand, he is a symbol of confidence and leadership, inspiring us to take charge of our own lives and to pursue our dreams with courage. On the other hand, he can also represent the dangers of ego and entitlement.
For me, the most compelling aspect of the King of Wands is the way he challenges us to confront our deepest fears and desires. He invites us to embark on a journey of self-discovery, one that requires us to be honest with ourselves and to confront the parts of our psyche that we may have been trying to keep hidden.
The King of Wands represents a masterful expression of passion, drive, and leadership. In the carrying position, he signifies a period of intense energy and focus, where our inner spark is ignited and we're driven to manifest our desires.
I see this as a call to harness our inner flame, to let it burn brightly, and to fuel our creative endeavors. But what about the risk of burning out from the intensity of this drive? How do we balance our passion with self-care?
In ancient symbolism, the King of Wands is associated with the fiery element of Mars, which represents the spark of life and the power of will. This energy can be both a blessing and a curse, depending on how we choose to wield it. We must be mindful of our motivations and ensure our drive is aligned with our highest good.
That's a crucial distinction. When our passion is driven by a desire for external validation or ego, it can lead to burnout and stagnation. But when we tap into our inner drive and align it with our values and purpose, that's when the magic happens. How do we distinguish between these two types of motivation?
This is where the concept of inner knowing comes in. Our inner wisdom guides us toward the path that resonates with our deepest desires and values. By tuning into our intuition, we can distinguish between genuine passion and external motivators, and thus create a more authentic and fulfilling expression of ourselves.
I love that. It reminds me of the ancient Greek concept of the logos, which is the rational, inner voice that guides us toward our highest potential. When we listen to our inner voice, we can tap into the King of Wands' energy and manifest our desires in a way that's both meaningful and fulfilling.
The cards have spoken.
We'll see you at the next draw.